Hey, how we doing, everyone? It's Ellis the Elephant here. Elephant's Corner. We're here with another week, another awesome guest, Erica. Me and Erica well, not we stumbled, but I kind of stumbled upon Erica like early in my crypto and NFT career on CT through uh, through a company called Chibi Labs. She was working with them. She was doing a lot with them. And really, I've just like done nothing but watch her grow since like Chibi Labs. She's totally caught the wave and rode it, puts out awesome content, playing awesome games, showing her following like the top games that she should be or that they should be paying attention to, and really just growing. I mean, she works for Merit Circle. She works for Goggenstein Media. She works for like all these high end and not really high end, but like well known companies that are killing it in their own ecosystem. So I'm looking forward to talking with her and getting her scoop. Before then, I want to just go ahead and say shout out to Honey Chat. Honey Chat's on Barachain. I actually just became an ambassador with them. I got the stamp on my Twitter and all that. So looking forward to them. Partnering with them and supporting them along the way. I think Barachain's a really fun chain. I use it a lot. Drip your honey if you can. There's a lot of things out there with Barachain that they're cooking on. And then DirecTV. DirecTV, you can go to my website right here, ELE Social Marketing. Reach out to us. That's internet or TV needs. We'll hook you up. We'll find the best rates in your area, and we'll just get you the best package for the best speeds and the lowest price. But now that we got through all that boring stuff, we can move on to talking with Erica. So let's do it. Where am I? Where am I? Here it is. Hello, Erica. How we doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Doing good. I know you've been busy. You've been hitting a bunch of conferences in the past couple of months. You've been really hitting the ground. How are you like? How are you feeling right now? Are you excited about the ecosystem and everything going on?
Yeah, I am. I'm always bullish on crypto and gaming and crypto gaming, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm always bullish on it. Even when the markets are down. It doesn't really matter to me. I guess like once you've been through a few cycles or bull markets, bear markets, it's just, ride the wave. But just like try to keep your own pace, I think is the way to go about it. So yeah, conferences, those have been going good. I was in like Bitcoin Nashville, Consensus, and I wish I was in Singapore right now, but hey, it is what it is.
Did you watch the Karate
Um,
Combat fights?
I did. I watched the Karate
Yeah.
Combat fights. I almost missed them because I thought it was gonna be at night
Yep.
here. Like, on their
Same.
YouTube page, it said it started at 6 p.m., and so I was thinking like, "Oh, that's weird because that doesn't align with the time that it would be in Singapore," you know?
Right.
But then I woke up and I opened up my phone and the fight was on, so I was like, "Alright, let's go." And I caught the very, like, tail end of it. I saw, the influencer most of the influencer
I
fights.
saw the last two Karate Combat fights and then all the influencer fights, which I made a
Yeah.
tweet. Shout out to all the people that got in the ring. Like it takes a lot to train and get
Yeah.
in there and punch people in the face. I mean, growing up where I was from, fighting was a big thing, not like in the gym or anything, just like, fighting at school and all that. So yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to punch somebody in the face. So shout out to them. Shout out to all that. Would you do it?
I thought about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, I'm, like, a pretty, like, calm person most of the time,
Mhm.
but, there are times when I, like, get pretty angry, and so I feel like anybody who does get into the pit, like, you have to be able to, like, channel some of that pent up aggression or, like, whatever it is, like, I don't know, I feel like you have to get into a certain mindset.
Totally agree.
Obviously, right? Like, you gotta be in the zone. Like, if you're not, like, you're gonna be paying attention to the crowd, and, what's interesting about Karate Combat is that when you're watching it live well, when you're watching it on YouTube or on social media or wherever, you see the pit and you see, like, a couple things, a couple, like, bleachers in the background, and then they have that like overlay, or not overlay, they have like the background where, it's like the sphere kind of, right?
Yep. Yeah. They have like they put you in,
It looks like a big
metaverse land.
TV.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love Chrome.
exactly.
Yeah.
But when you're there, you don't see that.
Mm-mm.
You see all the bleachers and everything like that. You don't see that like graphic on the top, and so it's a completely different space. And so,
Yeah.
the fighters who are there, like they're seeing it from a completely different perspective, and so I'm sure that it's pretty daunting. And
Yeah.
yeah, I've thought about it, but I don't know. Like then I think about like it'd be kind of fun, and it'd be really great to train, because I've seen people just like completely transform and become like so incredibly disciplined, both mentally
Mhm.
and physically. And I think that if you can go through a transformation like that and be successful at it, like that is worth it. But then you have to think of like, well, what if I get punched really hard in the head and I'm not the same after it, right?
Yeah,
Or
I've been knocked out like 3 times. I mean, if you're knocked out, you really don't remember it. Yeah, it kinda hurts, but, like, like, it really doesn't hurt. But no, getting hit in the face and, like, not getting knocked out, no, that is very painful, and yeah, I don't I would do it. I think it would be fun. I would definitely get in the ring, but I would have to fight somebody kinda bigger because 'cause I'd be in a higher weight class, I think. Um,
Mhm.
so that scares me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty it's serious business. It sounds like fun and games, like, oh, influencer fight club, but like at the end of the day, like it's serious business. Like Karate Combat is definitely getting huge, and
Love it,
they're doing
love
big
it.
things.
Yeah, no, I've been on because of the pandas, I've been on Karate Combat since, like, the beginning pretty much. We got their airdrop, we've been playing for, like, a year and a half now. I've been to 4 of their events. Every
Nice.
single event just keeps getting better. Like, it's pretty amazing, and I love how much they fight. But, that's enough of Karate Combat and promoting them. Shout out to you, Only LARPing. You're doing a great job, bud. But yeah, so now I lost my train of thought. So so
Something with
so
gaming.
this is what it was. I was gonna go back to like whenever we met and stuff, and you said that you were you're kind of a calm person and all that, which is very true. I'd known Erica for I think 2.5 years, 3 years or something like that in the community, and only saw her blow up one time. And then after that, just like set her peace and kept her cool. So very calm, level-headed person. Whenever you're gaming and stuff, do you ever like, smash your keyboard or how there's the videos of punching the holes in the wall and all that. Do you ever like get so into the games that that's actually where your aggression is and not really towards like other people and stuff like that?
No, I'm not a psychopath.
Ah, I've been
I'm
yelling
also
at the TV, bro. I'm so
I'm
mad at
also not I'm also not, financially in a place where I can just go and, like, ruin all my keyboards and my computers and, like, everything like that, so, no.
no,
I mean,
actually
the most I'll do is, like, maybe, like, swear or something like that,
yeah,
but nah, I don't get
yeah.
that mad. But also, I'm not usually playing, like, first person shooters, and I'm not playing,
Okay.
like, MOBA, and I think that, like, once you get into, like, the heat of, uh like a serious like PvP or FPS or whatever like
Yeah, man.
that, like I think that's when people get like super worked up, because that it's somebody else just
Working you.
yeah, on
Laughing
the
on the
other
other
end.
side of the screen, knowing
Yeah.
damn well you're struggling while they're just spawn killing you.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Like I've
Love that.
never really gotten super mad at like Bowser when I'm, playing Mario. Like, damn you, Bowser.
I don't
Ah,
know.
throw my keyboard.
Mario Mario 3 on N or Mario N64,
Yeah.
that game that game would piss me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would get angry at that game. That game was hard on some of the levels. Like you would slide. It was that slide that always got me. How it didn't like
Mhm.
stop on freaking Mario, dude, not knowing how to
Yeah.
stop correctly. Going back, when was like your first gaming experience? When did you start getting into the sticks?
Yeah, well, first of all, shout out Jen. She said hot cat ears. Thank you.
Oh, it's
These
Jinx
are these are
Ads?
actually from Razer. These are
Shout out
from Razer.
Razor.
My hair looks greasy, but it's actually because it's kind of wet still. But yeah,
Okay.
I actually won these on like a Twitter giveaway, so that's cool.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Hell
really surprised, but it was nice. But yeah, when I first got into gaming was like pretty much like when I was like 5 years old,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like really young, and started off, and I didn't play like a lot when I was younger. I mean, I did, but not like sweaty gamer style. Like, not like,
Right.
kids now where they're, like, glued in front of their tablets and their phones, like, it was just
Throwing the
different,
trash on the ground.
But as soon as, like, there were some games that were on the computer that, like, I really started to play, and then that's when
Right.
I really started to like PC gaming, and so that's pretty much, like, where I play is on PC. Console is good in its own right, but I
Yeah.
don't know, like, I prefer PC games.
They're more strategic. I feel like PC games, they have like a lot more strategy to them always. They're not
Mhm.
just straight up just go in there and kill or do whatever the little
Yeah.
mission is. Very nice. Yeah, I started N64 was my first one. I was playing that Green Army Man game.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good game. Man, I think they try to remake it. Hopefully they did. I would if I was them. But yeah, so
Yeah.
you're doing a lot. I've known you for a while. I watched you go from being in the Chibi Labs and helping them to now you're with the Merit Circle. You're doing stuff with not Hawken, Gockenstein or Gockenstein. Gockenstein.
Now you're gonna make me forget how to say it.
Gockenstein.
No, it's Gokstein.
Gockstein?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can say G Media for short. That's
G
easier to remember.
Thank God. G Media. You're with G Media. I saw you actually at the Karate Combat event with them doing like behind the scenes. That was really tight. So
Yeah.
like you just have blossomed and you're taking on all these roles. How are you juggling these? What is like your day-to-day life like? Are you splitting your days up into like, doing the media side in the morning, yada yada? Or are you juggling it all throughout the day?
Yeah, so, when I first started out, when I was doing Chibi Labs, actually, I think Chibi Labs and G Media, like, within a day, like, they both contacted me,
Okay, sweet.
and so that they actually, like, took off at the same time there, and I've just been with G Media since. What I do for them, like, I started out doing spaces, gaming spaces for them, like, 2022, like, the beginning of 2022, end of
Yeah, very
2021, I think. I've got, like, a really bad, like, timeline of things, but,
all
it
good.
was a while ago. So I started out doing, like, Twitter Spaces for them, and then so I have gone through, like, a lot of transitions and a lot of growing and everything like that, so I stopped doing spaces for them per se, but started doing a little bit of content, like
Oh, okay.
live interviews at conferences and stuff like that. And so I've never really been full time with them, but I've always done, something with them. And I was also working full time in a Web 2 position. So I was doing that, doing a little bit for Gokhshtein, and then I was actually building my own brand and like, trying to do
That
that
is
because I found.
That is Vivid Gaming, correct?
Yeah, yep, so that's
Okay,
what that
yeah,
is.
sweet. We'll touch
But,
on that later.
yeah, so, oh, yeah, so I started doing
Uh,
content, just to because I liked it, I've
yeah,
always been, like, a super creative person, and I find that, I obviously I love to play video games and love crypto and everything like that, but, like, when you are doing content and you're creating content for some of these games, it's really, really a creative process. I
okay.
would say not so much, like, playing the game, like, that's not creative, but you do have to play a little bit more strategically than you normally would. You can't, you don't just like start playing the game and record it. Like you have to think about like, is this going to be something that I can make good content from?
Right.
Like, you know what
This
I'm
is gonna be
saying? Like,
interesting enough for them to like, grab their attention at the beginning or and hold it.
yeah. Like
Mhm.
maybe you walk through if as a character, like maybe you walk through a place and a part of the game like a little bit slower, or you know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Yeah,
So you have to kind of be thinking about that. But then the
okay.
editing part is really where the creativity and the creative process comes through. For me anyway. Like I always start with adding like finding like a sound, like a clip or a music or something like that, that kind of like captures the tone of the game. And then from
Right.
there, I'll just start like clipping it up and editing. And no two pieces of content that I make are the same because each of them is like a creative process and it's a whole like thing that I go through, which I think is really cool. It's kind of like a portfolio in a way of all of the things that
That's
I've done.
cool.
So I started to do that, and then I was doing that. I was working a full-time Web 2 job, and I was working for, doing a few things for G Media as well. And as you can imagine, that got to be a lot. you know, it,
For
it,
real.
it was a lot. Like I was working, 40 hours minimum at my regular job, and then 50, 60, 70 doing content and everything like that. So it became a lot. And I always wanted to go full time into Web3, but there wasn't anything really that like I felt like comfortable jumping in and, because I'm supporting myself basically. So it's not like I can be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna wing it. Like what
Right.
happens? Like the you know what I'm saying? So
Right. I can't
uh
just like just jump
yeah.
ship without a life vest or anything. Yep.
Yeah. So then Merit Circle contacted me and I went through quite a few interviews with them. Just we both really wanted to make sure that it was a good fit. And at the end of the day, like everything actually really like aligned. We aligned very well with everything. And so then I
That's
decided to
awesome.
make that jump. And so now that I am with Merit Circle, and I've been with them for a couple of months, I am putting my like everything into learning about everything within the company, because obviously it's
Yeah.
very different when you go from like doing things all by yourself, then all of a sudden you're
Having
in
a pretty
a
big
company
team.
with yeah,
Yeah.
like 50 people and everybody is doing something. And so the
Yep.
adjustment is a little bit to get used to, but it's been amazing and I love the people that I work with and what we're doing and everything like that. So since I've started with them, I haven't really been doing content per se
Mhm.
like I have been before, but I am definitely like the wheels are turning. I'm in the space
That's awesome.
constantly. And so that's what my day looks like right now is like Merit Circle, Merit Circle, Merit Circle. And yeah, it's been fun though. I'm really, really have enjoyed it.
No, that's awesome. It sounds like you have so much going on. And then I mean, so you're full-time Web3, which is a
Mhm.
dream for a lot of people. I mean, I would say you got there by just not giving up and just waiting for the right opportunity. So
Yeah.
commend you for that. That's awesome. So at Merit Circle, you're there now. You've been there a couple of months. You're the
Mhm.
community growth manager, correct?
Yep.
Okay, I had a question about that. So do you know anything about the goals prior that they had to like community growth and all that before you got there? And what is the difference that now that you're there for a couple of months that you have implemented that you have seen like positive change come from?
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure about like what that looked like before I came on. And since I am still pretty new there, I wouldn't say that there's like a metric that I can measure. Like I've, helped this grow or we've brought on like
Yeah.
X amount onto our platforms and everything like that. And there's a lot of other people that are like doing things as well. So it's a little bit hard to quantify, at least right now.
Mhm.
But I have been working with them to it sounds kinda strange because it is community growth, but, there's other things that I'm doing as well, like
Okay.
writing articles for our website,
Nice.
right? That
Nice.
doesn't really have anything. I mean, it does have things to do with, like,
That's
community
community
growth, but, like
engagement. It keeps them engaged.
yeah,
It keeps them coming
yeah,
back and wanting to read the info.
yeah, and then doing all of the, production, like, for the spaces that we do,
Oh,
curating, the guests for those, coming up with some of the questions and just trying to make sure that everything goes smoothly. So I've been on the back end of that. And then, so it's hard to say right now just because it is so new, but yeah,
right. But you're
I feel
seeing
like I've
positive growth that
done a pretty good
already.
job. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet. So you were working by yourself. Now you're working with 50 people. What have you learned about communication that you've had to like adjust with really quickly and getting basically, or maybe like your point across, or relaying information from somebody else?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to any other company that is where everybody is basically working remotely. So, we've got a communication channel and things work pretty well. Um, and then, meetings, like virtual meetings. And
Mm.
so there hasn't really been any challenges. I think I'm so used to it that it's just the norm. It's just the norm now.
All good. All good.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Uh, just means that you're really good at talking to people, which is an awesome trait that not a lot of kids that are growing up are going to have. So for your content creation, you said like, you're putting Merit Circle forward, but how have you seen your evolution of content creation happen? Like from whenever you started out to like the middle to now, what do you think has really changed the most about it?
Yeah. So when I first started, I was doing Twitter Spaces, like gaming spaces where I would interview anybody that was building the game, whether it was like
Okay. Um,
the art director or not too many developers because I don't usually do the interviews, but the founders or the community manager. And so really anybody that was like building the game. And like back then, even though it was a few years ago, like back then we really didn't have games that we could really play.
right.
And so that was kind of hard because I had to like ask them to describe what the world would look like or what the core game loop, like what would
Mm.
that look like? And so a lot of it was relying on them to describe what they were building, but they couldn't show yet because it was just too early. And so that was really interesting. Now fast forward to today, and we've got a lot of games like Mojo Melee. They're in season 7 now, right? And or we've
What
got
is Mojo Melee? Mojo
uh, Mo-
Melee?
Mojo Melee. Yeah, it's an auto battler.
Okay,
They're
cool.
on desktop and they're on mobile, so you can play right now. Yeah, if you like auto battlers, I think it's a really good one. I actually really like it.
Mm.
That was actually the first piece of content that I made. And I just made it because I was like, "Oh, I wonder what would happen if I tried to make a trailer for this," and then I did, and then
Okay,
that just kinda
cool.
kickstarted everything, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is that, and then hold on, I lose my train of thought really easily. So, I forgot what I was gonna say.
You were saying we were talking about Mojo Melee, and then you were about to name another game.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't remember, I'm sorry.
Okay,
But, like,
girl.
my content, like, how it has evolved is from Spaces to, like, now, like, we've actually, like, got a lot of games to play and everything like that, so, yeah,
So just making
it's
that
been
now you're making like
easier.
actual like game clips, which we
Mhm.
will check out a couple of the game clips and look at a couple of like her content that she has created. What is your favorite memories in this time making content? What do you think your favorite memories are?
Yeah, favorite memories are really just, like, watching, like, personal growth, I would say,
Okay.
and just becoming, like, more confident, also the relationships that I've built along the way. Like, I definitely have, like, people that I consider actual friends, even though they're, like, magic internet friends. Some of them I've met in real life, some of them haven't, but it's those, like, relationships and the connections that I've made along the way that, like, I think makes it really special. And, it's different. This is a very unique space, right? Where we meet people online and we kind of start to like curate that, and it's a different way to like build a friendship,
It definitely.
right? It's a different way to like
It's
do
more pure.
everything, and it seems so weird, but like it comes so naturally. I don't know. Versus like if you meet somebody in real life, then you know, you've gotta like make plans, and then you're like making plans to like do things in real life, and everything is just
Right.
like it's I don't know, it's kinda strange. It seems like it's, like, so much more effort, but it's really not. But then, like, you come on here and you have people that you, like, literally talk to every single day, or group chats, you, like, talk to them every single day, but, like, you don't
Yeah.
you don't talk to your, like, real friends every day, but
Oh
it could
no.
just be, like it could just be, like,
I had
they're
to call
interested in
my
the same
friends.
thing that you are.
Yeah, I had to call my friends like 2 or 3 of them this week because I hadn't talked to them in a while, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Nah, yeah, these strangers that I'm just in a group chat with, I talk to every day for the past, like, 3 years." It's
Yeah.
funny, shout out to the spread teasers. We're teasing the spreads. We're trying to freaking, win some money on some football bets. Football is being played right now. I don't really know what the score is. Uh, oh, oh no, I set my line up for fantasy. All right, we're all good. We're all good. And then what are you planning for in the future for your content? What kind of stuff are you gonna like read? Because I mean, you did the interviews and stuff at Karate Combat. So is anything like that on your radar? You're gonna be trying to do, kind of a little bit different stuff.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be doing more with Karate Combat. It was really fun when we did it in Austin, and then we did it for Nashville and Singapore. We were supposed to, but it just didn't work out. It's just so far away, and
So
it's a
far.
lot of coordination and everything like that. So hopefully we will be doing another one. I would love to keep doing the interviews. It's a really good time. It's like high adrenaline, high energy, and it's just really exciting, and it's so different than doing the gaming content. Like when the fighters are getting done and they're like all sweaty, some of them are bleeding, and you're like, hey, what was your tactic? Like you're formally trained in jiu-jitsu, and that guy's formally trained in whatever karate, and so like how
Muay
did you
Thai.
go about that? You know what I'm saying? Like and they're like sweating and bleeding, and you're like, yeah,
Yo.
it's cool though. It's
No,
cool though.
yeah, that's fun.
As far as like my personal content, like I said, like that is on hold just, right now while I focus on Merit Circle and, just really trying to do a good job and like bring value. And, so that way when it does come time to like quantify the metrics and everything like that, I'll be like,
Right.
okay, good. Yeah. But
That's funny.
I don't want to stop like creating content. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's a really artistic form. It's a really creative, like artistic form and outlet for me. And so
Nice.
I find that I really, really enjoy it. So even if I do it like, and I'm not getting sponsors or whatever, and I'm just doing it on my own, then, I still want to create some things.
Still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, still fun to you. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we touched on your content a little bit. Let's watch a little bit
Hey
of it.
guys, what's up? The NFT.
Oh wait. Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Erica here. I have got the coolest
So you
game
do
to show you. It's
this
called
guy
SOCAN 404, and it is
that
a
same pudgy
beat
back there. Oh wait,
battle
yes,
game with
and
EDM and
white
hip hop music in a dystopian world. Your
up for this
coins
game.
are actually
Ooh.
ERC 404 tokens. If you're not too familiar with it, think of it like this. Each one of those tokens that I collected.
What game is this?
That is called SOCAN 404. So, are you familiar with 404
Like
technologies?
No, please explain.
Well, actually, it explains it in this video, but I think that's the point of it. It was a sponsored video, but 404 essentially, you can take an NFT and you can kind of like break it up into however many tokens, or you can buy that many tokens and then it'll basically like regroup or remint the NFT.
Okay.
And so it's just kind of a different way to like have liquidity.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. And
Okay.
also fragmenting and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay, what we got here? We got dude,
King
are
of
you
Destiny.
are you part of the cool cats in the pudgy community? See your Bitcoin cup? No. That's all good. But they got cute stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not either. I still buy my friends kids the pudgy stuffed animals at Walmart.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like this is kind of like a let's see what's up.
Let's see what sort of a destiny Jana is going to get. We can either choose lightning for some coins or tornado for some extra cards. I actually want to try to get some extra cards, so let's choose tornado.
Let's get this card. Come on, tornado, be sweet to us.
Sorry, Jana. Okay,
is
so
this
now
on the
all of
phone?
our cards are depleted. We can go.
Is that on the phone?
Yeah, that's a mobile game. Yeah, King of Destiny, they're under the Affinity Gods umbrella, and they actually
Okay.
just hit 1 million installs, which is pretty good.
Damn.
So they are doing very good. That was another sponsored video, of course. When you hear me explaining things like that, it's usually sponsored.
Oh
That's
yeah.
one of the things that they like you to do is educate. So
As you
Cosmic
should.
Battle. Cosmic Battle is a TCG. This game is really, really fun. You can download this on Epic. It's on PC, as far as I know.
Ooh.
I don't think it's on Mac or mobile, but this
Hey,
is a
hey,
sponsored
guys.
one as well. Hey, I'm going to be
This
playing
looks
some
fun.
Cosmic Battle. This has easily become.
I like your content's really fun. You know, you're always smiling. You always have like a good tone in your voice and stuff. So I could see how people love watching you play games and explain it and all that.
One of my favorite games. I am low-key addicted to it,
Uh-oh, she's
which is
addicted,
cool because they
people.
sponsor me. So thank you to
Hell,
them for
you addicted
sponsoring
to
this
things you're
video.
sponsored by
But we are going to
people.
get into it. They've got a 10K tournament going on right now. You don't even have to sign up for it. You just have to play and make the leaderboard.
All
There
right,
is a
Erica,
crazy
let's see what's going on in the
easy.
game.
So
What we
these
got?
orbiters, they can definitely
Oh,
give
it's
you
like
a super
Galactica, huh?
competitive advantage in the game. Ooh, let's burn one of his cards. let's take away his energy card. Energy is super
Okay.
important in this
I
game,
mean,
and
it's
we
like
just
a
86
oh,
it.
it's a
So
card game like that.
sorry, not
Yeah, I was
sorry.
thinking a shooting game that was like Galactica.
Because this one is going to attack
Oh,
you for
but it is.
7, and that is how you do it.
Oh, I love these kind of card games.
Yeah.
I was addicted to Hearthstone for like fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
I can't let that demon back into my life.
Yeah, Cosmic Battle is super fun. I played it for like 5 or 6 hours straight one time. No
Have you
joke.
ever played Rainy Studios Lords of Light?
I have. Yep, I played that. That's a really good one too, for
Yeah,
sure.
I love that game. I came in pretty good place in one of their tournaments. I
Nice.
just play with the deck that I throw out the taunt people, and I really make you mad because you can't do anything. And I just slowly grind you down into oblivion.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it. I love your okay, for one, I wanna point this out. I love this little, like, space cadet thing you got going on here with Vivid Gaming, the whole pink and stuff. Your logo looks great. So, all these companies, if they want you to play their game and break it down and stuff like that, they reach out to Vivid Gaming, and then that's who they need to talk to in order to get these videos, done?
Yeah, typically. Yeah, a lot of it is directly through DM. But then I did work with a couple of agencies. And so the games obviously will contact the agency, and then the agency takes care of everything from the contract to the payment and everything like that. So it just depends on if the games are more of like looking to do things themselves or if they want somebody else to do and coordinate everything for them. But both ways, either way works fine.
Sweet. And then what was the color scheme and the cadet and all that? Like where did you get this idea from for
Yeah, actually, so funny as it is, to bring it back full circle, I took
I
my
thought so.
chibi. I took my chibi
Mhm.
character from Chibi Labs, and I was messing around in AI,
Yep.
and I was like, make like a neon like Tokyo something, and it came up with like a bunch of characters, and that was one of them.
Wow.
And I was like, "Ooh, I love this." And then the logo and the colors and everything like that, like, kind of derived from that, and so, that's another way of, like, thinking of it, when I do things and I'm going through and, like, editing and coming up with ideas, like, a lot of times, like, the idea is not really set in stone. That's not how my brain works. Like, my brain works
Right.
like, I have some elements and maybe, like, a color scheme and some ideas, and then once I start playing around with it, like, that's when the magic, like, really starts to happen.
Yeah, I kind of thought that it was from the chibi. That's why I mentioned it.
Mhm. Yep.
I mean, my logo for my ELE Studios and ELE Social Marketing is the chibi elephant that I got made.
Yep.
I
That's
use
awesome.
the chibi too, and you just gave me a great idea. I need to throw them into like the AI software and get some action shots or something like made generated of him.
Yeah,
That's not a bad
absolutely.
idea. Shit. I'm writing
Absolutely.
that down actually. I'm writing
Yeah, you
that down
can
real quick, people. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I never did that where like now like you can take your actual chibi and it'll put it into like art scenes and everything like that. I didn't know how to do that. So I was like, make me something from this. And that's one of the things I
Please
came up
do
with.
this. Yes,
Mhm.
that's beautiful. So I wanted to talk about being in a guild because I don't really know anything about being in guilds. Are they kind of like DAOs to an extent?
It could be. Yeah, there's
Okay.
definitely gaming DAOs. Catalyst is it is a little bit different in the fact that like they're actual gamers. Like they're playing games like all the time, like the guys who created it, like Mizzy and Clouds and Crypto Hotto, like they're lit in the thick of it. And that's actually how I met them is we were all playing this game and they're like, hey, like come play with us. And I was like, okay. And so like hopped into their Discord, started playing the game with them, and the game was called Grand Saga at the time. It was like this like MMORPG, like everybody was going nuts over it. And so we all actually, a lot of us like became friends from that game and hopped into the Catalyst Discord. And then from there, like they were like super, super early. I think like the Discord had like just been created like pretty freshly. They had like a logo. It was like, one of the first iterations of it. And so yeah, from there, I just like, I joined them, started gaming with them. I don't game with them too much anymore, which is like sad, but have like things to do. But so
Yeah.
they're like a little bit different than some of the other guilds where they, they have I can't remember what it's called, but it's like you can rent out you can rent out things. What is it called? Sponsorship or scholarships. They have scholarships for people.
Oh,
Yeah, so, like, a
okay.
lot of guilds will do that. I don't think that Catalyst has that, but, I mean, they are doing a lot of, like, really cool shit. Every time I go into their Discord, there's, like, always people
Great.
talking, playing games. You've got, like, Ramen Cash, he's doing the Noodle Bowl, and then the founders, they've got their live streams that they do and, like, Boss Battle, and
Okay.
they've grown so much, and they always have, like, really, really good ideas. Mizzy is also part of Paladin's DAO, which they just had their mint, which is really cool to see. So
Okay, very cool.
yeah, I feel
Oh,
like
God.
I feel like with this space, like one of the things that I get asked a lot is like, how did you get started? Or like, you're
Right.
full time in Web3. And I'm like, yeah, but I had to like grind my ass off for like
Yeah,
years, like
yeah, that's
literal
not
years,
easy.
right? So I think as long as you're resilient and as long as you're like putting in the effort and like, networking and making friends and like just trying to get better every single day, like I feel like that's, you just kind of got to do it. So it doesn't come easy,
No,
it's like that picture where like people see like um like the path to success and it's like up and down and up and down and up and down. People don't
mostly
they
down.
don't see that.
Yeah.
Like I actually had to take like a break from
I
everything for like
remember, yeah.
6 months, just like going through like really hard times. And that's part of it. Like got a little burnt out going through personal things, and it's like
Yep.
now I know like setting boundaries and not taking on too
You
much
got great,
and
yeah.
saying, and
Saying
it's
no.
like yeah, things you have to
Yeah.
take into consideration, so, yes.
So, in these guilds, you created bonds. I assume that there's multi-talented people that are like talented in all these different aspects and stuff. Uh, to a person that's not in a guild, that's in gaming, and then they want to like, find their own community. What's the best way for them to like find these guilds, get into them, find people that are into them, and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. I would say I mean, from like Catalyst, that's the guild that I'm in. The company that I keep
Yeah.
there, they're like super welcoming.
Right.
And so you could always join them. I think it kind of depends on like what you're looking for. Like there's also the Wardens. They've been around for a long time. They're pretty hardcore. DGen Legends, like they're pretty hardcore too. And so it kind of depends on like what you're looking for. Are you looking for something
Definitely.
that's more like laid back, or are you like ready to like grind it out and like be a sweaty gamer and like participate in esports and all that stuff like
That'd be fun.
YPG. Yeah. So it just depends on what you're looking for. You might have to like shop around a little bit.
Shopping.
I don't think that I don't know of a web like a list, like a Web3 gaming guild list. I'm sure that
Good
there
one.
is one out there, but yeah, those are the ones that I know of that are pretty big.
Very cool. Very cool. Y'all heard it here first. So y'all looking for guilds, y'all are gamers. These are some that you could probably get into, and then they know more about other guilds that you can most likely jump into.
Yeah.
So the guilds, I mean, you kind of touched on it that they could be DAOs and stuff like that. Like, do all of them kind of have the same goal that they're in it for gaming, or are they some with different functions and things like that?
I would hope they're all in it for gaming. Um, I think, yeah, I think that's like the common thread that they all probably have is that it all, it does start with gaming,
Yeah.
but they might have like specific games that they play. Like I'm sure
Okay.
that there is games that are specific for WoW or, for specific for Dota,
Right.
or there might be, guilds that are kind of across the board with like they just kind of play anything. Like
Makes sense.
Catalyst is cool because they play, a lot of like I think mainly Web3 games, but they'll play Web2 games too if that's what people want to play. Like,
Okay.
they would have like Fortnite.
Nice.
There's another one that's like Fortnite, but I can't remember the name of it. But so they would play those. And so that one I think is pretty cool. It's a little bit more like chill and laid back. But
Mhm.
yeah, if you're like, I want to play this game, but I don't have anybody to play with, I'm sure that there's like somebody in the chat that would be willing to like jump in and play with you.
Play a little
Yeah.
bit. Okay, very cool, very cool. Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about Vivid Gaming a little bit. I'm interested in it. I love the character, the chippy character.
Mhm.
Um, what about the name? Where did the name come from? Vivid. It's just like a one word name, pretty much. It's pretty. It's like a nice word, like vivid's just like a good word to say.
Yeah.
How did you like land on this name?
Yeah. How did I land on the name? I was just brainstorming. It was just a
Okay.
brainstorming session. Like I knew that I really wanted it to be gaming related, but then one of the things that you have to take in account when you're naming anything, I think you should anyway, is you should go onto the socials and you should see, is the YouTube available? Is the Twitch available? Is the, Instagram available? What kind of a name are you going to get on X? And so these are all like
Okay.
things to take in consideration for sure. And I had a couple other names that I was going with. And it also, is the website available, right?
Yeah.
These are all like different avenues that you should definitely take in consideration. And so there were some that I wanted, but they weren't as available. And then Vivid Gaming, like actually a lot of it was available, but I had to put the GG on the end, like the website, which I
Mm,
haven't built yet, but it's like vividgaming.gg. That was available. Vividgaming.com was super expensive. It was like $1,200 or something like that. And I was like, meh, probably
but
not.
I
I'm really
like GG.
just starting out. Yeah, it actually like goes good with like,
Good game.
good game. So yeah, there's that. And so I did
I'm
have to like, you know, compromise a little bit on some of the
yeah.
stuff, but it fit well. And then I was like, I can see the name. Like I could like kind of like envision, Vivid Gaming, like it could be anything. So I think it's like pretty versatile. Will I rebrand at some point in time? Possibly. I think right now with what I'm doing with like the Web3 girl gaming cabal and things like
Ooh,
that, and just
are you
being
talking
a
about
woman in the space.
what's the name of it? What do they call it? Gag Me.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about? Gag Me?
It's kind of the same as that, but
Okay.
it's different.
Okay.
Kind
Oh,
of the same but different. Yeah. It's like Girl Gamers.
sweet. Love
So
it.
with that and like being a female in the space, and I just like pink, obviously, like I'm wearing pink right now. But yeah, so maybe I might rebrand at some point in time. I don't know, like there might be guys out there who are like, oh, Vivid Gaming and it's all pink and it's got this like girl character on it. Like, I'm not gonna watch that. But
They're gonna
you
think that the
know,
character's cute because they're little freaks.
yeah.
And like, I might be a
Yeah.
part of this. They got a cute girl as the logo.
Yeah.
You know?
So it could be like hindering things, but I'm not really focused on Vivid Gaming right now anyway. And to
Okay.
be honest with you, it's it is a business as well. Like I have my own S Corp LLC. So
Sweet.
Vivid Gaming is like a legitimate business and everything like that. And so it is that. So it'll always be that, but then just putting things on hold right now, like I'm kind of like I haven't really like added anything to my YouTube for a while or I haven't streamed in a while. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, I wanna stay on Vivid Gaming because I think it's interesting and I think it's a good concept. But what are like your the obstacles that besides the time, what are like the obstacles whenever you're, fully invested into it that you came across being like, a startup business and all that, trying to get into the
Yeah, definitely. I remember like when I was first starting out, like in order to have a legitimate business, you have to be making profit. And so I was trying to think of like ways that I could, make profit and have a
Yeah.
legitimate business. And so one of those ways that I did it was I had merch. And so I had like an Etsy store and I was selling like crypto gaming, crypto gaming merch
Love it.
and praying that someone would buy it, right? And
Did
a few of
people
my
buy it?
friends did. A few of my
Hell yeah,
friends did,
shout
yeah.
out to y'all.
I don't really think I got very many organic sales. I got a couple, but nothing,
Cool.
nothing like crazy or anything like that. And then a lot of it has just been like a learning experience, right? Like I just, starting a business is hard. There's a lot of things that you have to teach yourself and learn unless you're like
Big learning
outsourcing it to
curve.
somebody else. But like I don't think like when you're starting your own business and you're bootstrapping everything, like how many people are outsourcing that to somebody else, right? Like you're learning all about like what does it take to create an LLC? Like, oh, what's a registered agent? I need that. Like, when do I need to pay my taxes? Like,
What's a
how much
balance
do I
sheet?
need to pay? Yeah. Oh, I need an EIN number and it's
Yep.
just a lot of stuff to keep track of, I think personally. And so that
It
was a
was.
little bit of a learning curve to stay
I
on track
agree.
of everything.
No, I agree because there's so many different things. There's all these sites telling you other things that you need to get. I received like 5 pieces of mail saying like I should get like this insurance or this other thing that literally I didn't need at all,
Yeah.
like for the type of business. So yeah, it's a very I mean, they don't make it easy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. It's a learning
interesting.
curve for sure. Hmm. But it's worth it, I think. If you put the time in, it's definitely better to do things how you're supposed to do them and
Yeah.
run it through the business and pay your taxes
Yeah, do it.
and learn how to pay yourself. And yeah, it's just better to do it that way than like do things under the table and like yeah. I don't know how many people are doing that and like following by the rules, but I'm a ball buster when it comes to following the rules. Like I don't ever want to get in trouble. Like yeah. So I'm like
We're
scared.
gonna
I'm like the
pay
type of person
ahead of time.
like I don't like to like dig in my pockets when I'm in the store because I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm stealing.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I'm always
Yeah.
digging in my pockets at the store because I'm stealing things. No, I'm just playing. But every time I see somebody digging in their pockets now, I'm gonna think that I'm gonna be like, "Hey
Hmm.
man, you over there stealing shit? What you doing?
Yep.
What you doing?" So, do you have any games that are coming out uh, that you're excited for?
Yeah. There's so there's a few games I have been playing that I play daily, but then there's some that are on my list. Like I'm gonna check out Seraph. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but
Sarah,
Seraph is kind of
Sarah.
I would say I haven't played it yet, so I can't say exactly, but I know that it's like it's a RPG, and I would think of
Really
it as
cool.
kind of like dark, like Diablo in a way, like as far
Ooh.
as the aesthetics of it. And so that is on my list to play because we are having a space
Cool.
with them coming up, which is super exciting. And then, of course, Raven Quest. Everybody was playing that. If you have land, I think you can play right now, but I don't. So I think on the 20th is when
Hook your girl
everybody
up
will
with
be
some
able
land, people.
to
Raven
play.
Quest, get her some land. She'll make you some content. Come on, look it
Well,
up.
actually, I was on the whitelist, but I wasn't on the guaranteed whitelist. So
Mm.
first come, first
You
serve
were on the
whitelist
you were on the white list of the white list.
didn't work out so well for me. So it's
Yeah,
okay. It's fine. It's all
it's
right.
okay. It's like
Yeah.
trying to get the Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah. I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm
Nah,
not a
me either.
Swiftie.
I just know that they go for crazy numbers. And one day
I'm
I
gonna
hope
get
the
myself.
tickets
I'm
go
not a
up.
Swiftie. I don't get the hype. Like,
I
I
did
don't know.
FaceTime her whenever I was 14, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
true story. Before she got famous, people, she was based. 14-year-old Ellis, 14-year-old Taylor Swift on the Snapchat. Or not really Snapchat. I guess it was just like iPhone FaceTime at the
Nice.
time.
Cool.
Good times.
Yeah, for sure.
Good times, man. Love life. Well, you got anything that you want to plug?
Let's see. I would so I work for Merit Circle, but under Merit Circle they've got Beam Gamers.
Go
And
Beam.
so yep, so Beam Gamers is I'm putting out, well, not like all by myself. Like I said, there's a lot of people that go into it, but I try to curate the news for that. We have a gamers bulletin that goes out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that's a really good way to like stay up to date with
Where can people get
everything.
to that?
It's just called Beam Gamers on X. You'll find it. So yeah, there's that. And we also do spaces once a week, which I'm not actually hosting them, but I'm doing a lot of the production stuff for them. So yep. Beam
Very
Gamers
cool.
on X. Yeah.
No,
We've
I
got
want to follow that because I want to yes, I want to be more into the gaming stuff.
mhm.
Beam Gamers.
Yep.
There it is, people. It came up. It was the only one, easy to see. It has 47.9K followers, so you follow the right one.
Yep.
Enjoy. Enjoy
Yeah.
your
So we've got
reading.
a lot of stuff going on. As far as like the news that you should keep up to date with, we do tutorials. There's the Beam Gamers Hub, which is the website, which will have rewards and everything like that going on. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. So I guess that's probably the best place to follow since I'm doing a lot of content for them and like not for myself anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Well, hell yeah. So Beam Gamers on X, doing a lot of content for Merit Circle. Really just killing it. Hit up a bunch of conferences this year. Did a bunch of new stuff like interviewing fighters and getting sweat and blood spewed everywhere.
Yep. For sure.
Possibly fighting in the future. Maybe not. It depends who makes her mad and they want to get
Yeah.
in the ring. Anybody want to call her out? Go ahead.
Oh
But
God.
yeah, I mean, it was a great show, Erica. I enjoyed talking to you. It's been a while since we
Yeah.
joshed around, and I'm glad everything's going well for you. And I always knew that you wanted to be in full time in Web3, so I'm glad you like that journey really got you there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, it was really good to talk with you as well. See you're building as well. So congrats on, building this podcast platform and all
Yeah,
of that. So it's
yeah, it'll be
exciting.
really
Keep it
exciting.
going.
Maybe one day I'll be interviewing karate combat people
Yeah,
or
it's a lot
in
of
the
fun.
ring. Somebody told me to get in the ring. I might hit them up. Not karate combat. They'll beat my ass. I'm talking about the influencers.
The Influencer Fight Club.
Yeah. I do not want to have anything to do with the karate combat people.
They're tough.
Those guys would destroy me in a second.
They would.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
I
not
say that because they're like professionally trained and they've been fighting. A lot of them have been fighting for like a long ass time.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
I've seen them. They don't. I mean, the girls could whoop my ass easily. I saw that. Really, every karate combat I've been to, the girls' fight has been the best one. And there was one where they were just standing there, and I think it was Bitcoin Miami, and they were just standing there. And I'm talking about just hitting each other, blood flying everywhere, just back to back, just smoking each other in the face.
Dang.
Damn.
Relentless.
Girl fights are always the best fights to watch.
Yeah.
They always beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. I think a lot of people underestimate like, the girls fighting, but like they really
The viciousness.
did
They're
not
like
hold back.
chihuahuas, chihuahuas.
Girls, they just like hold on to their, they'll hold on to they'll think about their boyfriend from like 5 years ago and how they want to punch him, and they'll just let it out. Yep.
I hate you, Dan. My name is Ashley.
Yeah.
Quit hitting me.
Yep.
Sorry, Dan. I didn't mean to just flame you right there, bro. You shouldn't have made her mad. You shouldn't have upset her, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. We had Jen stop by. We had Elizabeth Smith on the Twitch.
Yeah.
Sweet. What up? How are you, Elizabeth Smith? Looking like a bot, but that's all right. We'll holler at you later. I appreciate you. Effin came in. Effin always supporting. I'll see you this weekend at the Live Golf Tour, my boy. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to get him on the pod.
Nice.
Show the world his beautiful little face.
Yeah.
They need to see
definitely.
it. Yeah, love it. Oh, yeah, you know Effin.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that should be fun. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you're in Texas, right? You're in Austin.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm going to try to make it out there for another event, a little crypto event that they throw in Austin. They always got something going on.
Yeah. Yeah. We're a big tech hub here. So especially with like Elon moving everybody from California to, I think it's like Giga Texas or something he calls it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I heard, and you mentioned Elon moving people. I literally heard he actually picked them up physically, put them into cargo trucks, and moved them to Texas. Do you believe that? I seen that on the news.
No, I did not see that. I'll have to like.
I'm just playing.
I was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
Don't ban
Gotta be
me.
some sort of like a HR violation or I don't know.
Yeah. He's gonna definitely have HR called on him. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Well, all right. Thank y'all, everyone. This has been the Elephant's Corner. I appreciate it. I appreciate Erica for coming out. Join us next week. We have Michelle from Pay Tweeds on. She is the CEO of Pay Tweeds. It's a payment platform where you use your crypto to pay and do other things in the real world. They're making it easier to offload and onload, offload and onload and on-ramp. Yeah, on-ramp.
On-ramp.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. So I appreciate you, Erica. Thank you, everybody. This has been the Elephant's Corner, sponsored by Honey Chat and DirecTV. Look for my